Joining us today at the Taste of Kildare is Nicola and Josef from Two Cooks in Salons. It is so lovely to meet you.
Thank you so much.
I've heard so many wonderful things. I know quite a few people who live in Kildare who count themselves so lucky to have you in Salons.
Nice to hear that.
Now, the two of you cooking together in the kitchen, a couple, that's really impressive.
That's how we met, so we don't know anything else, I guess.
I guess. And how have you been managing business-wise this year? Have you...
No, it's been great. We've had loads of new adventures and we've done different takeaways every week. We've done barbecue in the summer. It's been really fun. We would never have had the opportunity to do all these new things, and now we're planning our Christmas hampers, which is something for the 4 years that we've always wanted to do. So now we have the opportunity to do it.
We also have a pantry full of ingredients, foraged and pickled, conserved, because we had
time.
time on our hands for the first time ever.
Wow, that's brilliant. So you're actually building for the future now with all those delicious condiments.
Now we have an outlet for it. We have our new shop and cafe downstairs, and we've been very, very lucky. So well supported.
Fantastic. A shop and a cafe as well. Is the cafe, are they recent?
Yes.
Have they always been there?
No, we renovated last January. The cafe was ready to go just right before the middle of March, and then that was our outlet for our takeaway, so it was just right on time. We're so lucky.
That was lucky. In a strange year, that was lucky.
Yeah.
So what are you going to be cooking today?
Okay, so we're gonna braise a shoulder of venison. We'll roast a red cabbage, and we'll dress it with a little bit of Millines foam.
Millines foam.
Yeah, Millines, the cheese.
It's one of my favourite cheeses from West Cork. I love it.
There, look, I'll give you a
I love
taste.
you. Millines foam. Oh my goodness.
There you are.
Thank you.
So yeah, I'll crack on.
That's just insane.
So good, isn't it?
I could actually lie down and you could just squeeze that into my mouth and feed me. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Incredible. Okay, I should leave you to it. I'll take my spoon with me.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
So yeah, I'm gonna start by seasoning the venison shoulder with a little bit of salt, okay? And we'll put it in a medium hot pan.
So the venison comes from Wild Irish Game, so a local supplier in Kildare. And this is a Sika deer, so it's a much smaller beef, smaller than a red deer. The flavour we prefer it, it's much better. And this dish is from our tasting menu, so it's one of the small dishes. Sorry, go ahead.
It's as well, we keep trying to keep in the season as well, with like fragrances from December and Christmas, star anise, juniper berries, cinnamon, so it's nice and festive as well, and retaining the sweetness of the deer itself. We're gonna roast a whole cabbage, red cabbage, which is very simply dressed with a spot of olive oil and a little bit of salt. We'll just rub it nice and gentle. We'll put it in a hot oven for about an hour and a half. And we'll get back to that later. In the meantime, we'll get the venison ready. And for this purpose, we're going to use a pressure cooker, which probably they're not very popular nowadays, but they have a great use because they can reduce the cooking time in about a third. So my mirepoix is ready here, and I'll get all sorts of root vegetables, shallots, onions, garlic, ginger as well to add to that fragrance. So we'll give that a stir. We'll add all our herbs, and we'll put some honey in there. So this will caramelize and get, again, even more sweetness. And then we'll go and hit it with red wine and some plum vinegar, which I have foraged and made this spring. And just a gentle roast on the venison. We don't need too much of a bark. We'll bring up the wine to the boil. I'm going to cook this for about 25-30 minutes. Or in the restaurant, what we do is we leave it overnight and we cook it very low and slow. And then that will be ready for one of our tasting menu dishes. It's been very popular. This dish was on last year. It's such a good combination that you have to go on. It's one of those staples. Come December, venison shoulder and foie gras and Malines. So this is now ready. I'll pop it over here. So this is now ready. We'll hit it with a veal jus as well. And we'll pop the lid on.
Here you go. So the red cabbage takes about an hour and a half in the oven to roast. And if you don't have a pressure cooker, you can cook this low and slow, either overnight or about 2.5 to 3 hours until it's nice and tender.
So the red cabbage is roasted, and we're gonna open it up, Nick.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get tiny quarters.
So we lose just the outside leaves. And we're using Simon from Artisan supplies our organic veg from Castle Ruddery Farm, from Dominic and Hilda. So we're very lucky to have amazing producers very close by. And so this dish, as we said, goes on our tasting menu for Christmas. So this year we're planning to do it from the cafe, just little tasters of it at lunchtime with our mulled wine. So Christmas will be a little bit different this year, but we're still trying to replicate those flavors and do what it is we do, even if it's just for takeaway. So, how many portions, Yo? 2?
Yeah.
So the little nest of red cabbage will sit on top of the meat and just warm it through. And we have a little foie gras mousse. So we're using La Belle Rouge foie gras. We make a mousse from it. And then a little bit of quince and our foam on top. So we have all the lovely Christmas flavors from the venison. And the quince then is nice and sharp.
Right, can we wipe?
Yeah.
We're going to start with piping the foie gras mousse. So now I'm going to put textures of quince on top of our foie gras. In this case, this is a quince pâte à fruits, like a jelly, very set jelly. And then we have some pickled quince to cut through the richness of the foie gras. And together with the venison and the Malines, it's just a cracking combination. So this would be done in the kitchen, in the restaurant, and the rest will be finished tableside. So this is our Malines foam. And we'll put a nice generous portion of venison. The cabbage then sits on top, and Nicola would finish the tableside, is there jus in there already, with the jus from the braising of the venison.